Hey everyone, so we're in Mozam for my birthday just past 2 days ago, and we're gonna have this beautiful location to shoot the next vlog. So we just want to share a bit of Mozam before we get into it. So check it out.
Morning everybody, we in Mozambique at 6 a.m. We tried to shoot this yesterday, but it just got really dark and ended up going to bed late, and have woken up just before 6 a.m. to do this, and I'm really not a morning person, so the fact that I have a smile on my face means that I really love what I'm doing. So as I've been working, or I've been praying about what to share on this vlog, like every week is going to be something, and I was like, hey, cool, God, what is going to be the first one after my testimony? And I really felt him say, you need to speak into comparison. Like, it's part of your story. You have some insights into it. I've given you tools to utilize. I really want you to share this with people. So as I've been diving into this over the last few weeks around comparison, it's really come to me that comparison is such a thief. It really robs you of your joy. It robs you of enjoying things, and it also really robs you of your identity. It steals who you are because you're trying to be like other people. You're always wanting what they want, so you're never actually focused on your own life. And I know I've done that. I've done that so many times, and I have 3 specific moments in my life that I really remember, and hopefully some of those will resonate to you, and I really want to share them with you. I really want to give you some tools that have helped me, that I've figured out along the way, that have really helped me, and that, I mean, I haven't got it all together. But hopefully you can start applying these to your life, and maybe you can let me know if they've worked for you, and then I can add, or if you figure out any more, I can add them to my list of things, and just we can all grow in this whole thing together. I would say my comparison nature kind of started when I was in high school, probably from the competitive nature of sports. So I went to a really competitive school when it came to sport, with other competitive schools around the country, and not only competitive amongst other schools, but really competitive within the school, especially with the sport. I remember that I wanted to play A-team cricket, and I really had to push and work at it, and I made it through in the last round. What was difficult was that half the team had already been part of the A-team from the year before. They were younger for their grade, and now they were stepping up. So they already had a whole year's experience, and already, you would say, better in their profession of what they were doing. And it started to happen where, instead of utilizing my gifts in the way and how I was structured and the way that I played cricket, I started looking at these people, instead of like role models and learning from them, I started looking at them as competitors, and I really wanted to be like them. I wanted to be better than them, but I wanted to be like them and be better than they were at being themselves. So I would chase that whole thing. Like, I wanted to be the fastest bowler, but I wanted to have this kind of technique the same way this person had that technique. So it happened so much that I was trying to train and be someone that I was not, and it was so unnatural that I never ended up being better than them, and I never ended up being the best version of myself. So that's where that whole comparison thing started. So therefore, that's probably one of the reasons why I never made it to the levels that I wanted to, because I was never trying to be the best person that I was and utilize the talent that God had actually given me. So dealing with that whole comparison thing, still am with the body. I will look at myself and I'll be like, I wish that I looked like I did then, and I wish I looked like these people. So I do struggle with that, and God's helped me free me quite a bit, but still journeying with it. It's a never-ending thing, and I think you only get better at it. But even now, after I felt called to work for the church, I feel like God's called me He's told me that He wants me to preach, and I have this desire and love to want to preach. And that's where my current struggle really comes in. I start to compare the thing that I do and desire to do with the professionals of my profession, so to say. So I'll sit there and I'll watch my role models, even the ones that I work with. I'll watch them preach, and I'll just think they're incredible, and I'll watch their leadership, and I'll just like, I really want to be like that. I want to be like that. And then you get the ones that are more your celebrity, I'd say, pastors like the Carl Lentz's, the Craig Rochelle's, the Stephen Furtick's. Like I'll watch them and the way that they preach, and I'm just like, man, I want to preach like that, because if I preach like that, like I'll be good. I'll be able to do this whole thing. And the problem with that is that I start to compare myself with them, and I start to actually mimic them. I start to try to be like them, because I think that if I take this shortcut and I'll be like them, I'll preach like them, therefore I'll get the same results as them, and that I'll sound good, just to make me feel better. And the problem with that is when I step up onto stage and I try to be like that it robs me of being who I am. I'm not actually being Dylan, I'm trying to be like someone else, and then people don't like that. People want authenticity, they want you to be yourself. And also I want to be myself, because I don't want to keep living as someone else in my own body. So I just want to share with you 3 tools of how you can catch the thief of comparison. The first one being accept who you are. I love what Brene Brown says. She says true authenticity is accepting who you are and not who you think you should be. And it's just for us to not look at who we should be, but just to accept who we are now, the gifts that we've been given, who we are as a person, and be okay with that. Just instead of having all these expectations of who you should be. Second one is to recognize your gifts and your talents that God's given you. When we do that, we're able to work on those instead of working on gifts that we don't actually have, which we have seen in other people. So by dropping that, focus on yours, harness and stewarding what you have. And when we start doing that, we start focusing on our gifts and stuff, you'll find that God starts unlocking more, and you'll start seeing more about yourself, and more things will be revealed about you, and more gifts that you'll get to harness, things that you never thought that you would ever have. The third one is something that I've learned really recently. It's to celebrate others when they receive things or when they get something that you've gotten. I can't explain it, but when you do, you receive joy. And the whole thing with being part of the family of Jesus is that we're all brothers and sisters, we're all family, and it's when they get something or they receive something, it's a victory, and it's like celebrating your brother or sister. We're all family, so their victory is your victory. And that brings great joy. So let's think about it when you're celebrating like your best friend for them getting something, it'll be the same feeling when you do that for anyone. So it's something that you have to actively work on, you're gonna have to practice. It's not something that you're gonna get off one shot. So I know with these 3 things, you're gonna have to continuously remind yourself, you're gonna have to go back to them, you're gonna have to work on them, and you're gonna have to allow them to become such a part of you that you're gonna actively, that it eventually gets into your subconscious that you do those things. And when you do, you're gonna see your whole comparison will change, and you're gonna start focusing on what God's given you and the joys that lie in front of you that are yours. So it's our last day in Mozambique. We're going to go exploring. I highly recommend that you come check it out sometime in Ponta d'Ora. It's really beautiful. In the meanwhile, click the subscribe button below. It really helps the journey. You'll get notified every Thursday when we release a vlog, so we'll check you there.
The whale, that's beach.